Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. This is By Hook or By Needles. I am Sam, and today I am going to show you how to do the alternate, alternate stitch. Now, this will look slightly different to what most of you have come to see or get used to with when it comes to graphs. That's because it is. Okay, oh, how many stitches? Hang on, let me just find that information. An even number of stitches plus one for the foundation chain. Okay. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, plus 1. Okay, so what are we doing here? Well, the first row looks fairly explanatory. It's not something we haven't seen before. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 stitches. And then we've got 2 here, which are acting as a half double crochet or half treble if you're in the UK. These are single crochet, and they're being joined together in a decrease. Now, you've seen this before in I think it was the Trinity stitch, where we started with 2 single crochet together and then a chain, and then the rest were 3 single crochet together. Well, with this stitch it's just 2 single crochet together, chain 1, 2 single crochet together, chain 1, 2 single crochet together, chain 1, and so on, till we get to the last stitch and we put in 1 half double crochet. So all these symbols should be familiar to you, should be what you've seen before. Now, if we look at the second row, it starts off with familiar symbols, a 2 chain, which acts as the half double crochet. That's each end. It's acting as it's just giving height basically. So it's a half double crochet, and that's what that's representing. Then this symbol here, if you remember, a few stitches ago, we had a stitch and a chain, and then below the chain we had a little smiley face, I think. And when the semicircle appears below a stitch, that means it's in the front loop, but in this case it's on top of a stitch, so that indicates that it is in the back loop. It's a sad face. Well, you know, it's not a smiley face. It's a sad face, therefore it's in the back loop. Happy face, or a smile, is front loop. A frown, if you like to call it that, is a back loop. So if you can try and just remember that, but fortunately all of these are back loops, so it's going to be easier to remember. And instead of just doing what we did down here, which was just 2 single crochet together, we're actually doing 2 single crochet together, but into the back loops only. Okay, just into the back loops only. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we do a single crochet, and we just repeat row 2 each row. Okay, so let's get started. We needed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, so it was an even number plus 1. Alright, so I might do a few more than that, so I might do 15, just so I've got a couple of extra stitches. Whoops, sorry. So I'm going to do 15. quite a narrow, might add another 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's better. Okay, so we skip the first 2 chain and we will go into the back bump of the 3rd chain with as if to single crochet, but I think my cats are fighting, but we don't complete the single crochet because we're going to do 2 single crochet together. Then we go into the next back bump, pick up a loop, and that's 2 single crochets and our initial loop, and we loop over and pull through all 3 and chain 1. We go straight to the next stitch, pull up a loop into the next stitch, pull up a loop and pull through all 3 single chain. If you can hear that, I'm sorry, that's just my cats being cats. So loop up, pull through all 3, chain 1. We've got 3 stitches left. Pull up a loop in the 2 of them, pull through all 3, chain 1, and that last one we yarn over and we go into it with a half double crochet, and then we chain 2 and we turn. Okay, now this is where it gets, well, not confusing, but this is where it changes. So once again, I'm going to turn my work towards me a little bit so that I can see the top, and I will show you that we have, don't look at the first 2 chains because they won't count, but we've got a back loop and a front loop, back loop and a front loop. Every V has a back loop and a front loop. We're going to be working into the back loops all the way down, whether it be a chain or a stitch, we're working into the back loop. So 1, 2 chain, we're going to into the back loop, pull up a stitch as if to do a single crochet, and pull up a loop in our chain 1 space and pull through 2, chain 1, turn our work into the back loop, pull up 1, into the next back loop, pull up 1, chain through, pull through, and then chain 1. Pull up a back, pull up a loop in the back loop. Lots of loops. How many times can I say loop in a sentence? Lots, I would imagine, with this stitch. Okay. It really does help to turn your work to make the V's at the top of your work much more visible. If you held your work like this, you would really, you can't see from working like this where those chain are. You could probably find your front loop one. You go, oh yeah, that's a front loop, that's a front loop, but we're looking for the back loop. So the best way for it to find the back loop is to turn the work and look for the back loop. Now we've already worked into that one, so we can turn, we can see them all. So go, did I do my chain one? Yes, I did. So pull up a loop, next one, pull up a loop, pull through, chain one, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, pull through, chain one. Okay, and the last one is just a half double crochet. And there we have 2 rows of what they call the alternate stitch. Must admit, I have never heard of this stitch. I've never done this stitch. So yeah, I'm learning with you. Now I'm going to do one more row without speaking. I'm just going to do the half double crochet at the beginning, and then just work all the way across. Now I'll do this reasonably quickly, so if you need to slow down, by all means slow it down. If you don't need to slow it down, that's great. You know, it's not a race, you don't have to keep up with me. I'm just going to do it a little bit faster, because I like to think that by this stage all those people who were newbies are now getting quite a bit of experience, and you know, you can call yourselves beginner crocheters. So hopefully, you know, I don't expect you all to be able to keep up if you are beginners, but it doesn't matter because you can slow it down. So I'll chain one, and here we go. And then a half double crochet into that last stitch. It's going to be a little bit tricky because it wants to play up because it's my last stitch. Oh, come on, please, please be nice. Okay, got it. And it's a half double crochet. And there we go. So you will see that there's a little ridge here because we've gone into the back loop. There's no ridge down here. But when you flip it over, there is a ridge down here, but there's no ridge up here. And that's going to sort of repeat so that you will find that the ridges will be a certain distance apart on both sides. So once again, I class this as a reversible stitch, although it's not going to look entirely the same on both sides, but that's fine. It's uniquely, you know, enough like, you know, it's enough similarity for it to be called reversible. So that is the alternate stitch. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe if you haven't not yet already subscribed. And I will catch you in the next tutorial, or in the next battle of the stitches, or maybe even in the hooker versus hooker, or some other thing. I've got flipping adventure socks coming up with Jules from Jules Crafts. That's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, enough about that. Thanks for watching. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.